Alright guys, so Jinh Frey versus Gloria Paula. This fight is a women's strawweight fight at UFC Fight Night Edwards versus Muhammad. Jinh Frey, the 43rd best women's strawweight fighter in the world, 9 wins and 6 losses. It's an okay record, but inside the UFC, it's really bad. 0 wins and 2 losses. In her last 4 fights, she has gone 1-3. Not the best, I gotta admit, but she is the plus 130, slight underdog to win the fight. Gloria Paula, 5 wins and only 2 losses. Coming off a nice win inside the Dana White Contender Series around 3 months ago against Paula Macias, who at the time was an undefeated fighter, but she absolutely dominated, getting like, I don't know, 4 times the amount of strikes against Paula Macias, winning the fight by unanimous decision. I mean, she's obviously going to be the favorite in the fight, minus 165 as the slight favorite in the fight. Dude, I mean, 25 and a half years old, and then Jinh Frey, 35 and a half years old. That is a 10-year difference. That is a decade. That is absolutely insane. Gloria Paula 100% has the age advantage in the fight. She also has the height and reach advantage. She's 5 foot 5 inches tall, has a reach of 67 and a half inches. Jinh Frey 5 foot 3 inches tall, so 2 inches smaller, and has a reach of 65 inches, so a 2.5 inch reach disadvantage. And the betting odds right here are pretty close, slight favorite and then slight underdog. But the tabloid predictions, 3/4 of the vote going for Gloria Paula to win the fight, mainly by decision. Then 24% of the vote going for Jinh Frey to win the fight, also mainly by decision. So most likely, what everyone is saying is this fight's gonna go all the way, and one of these two girls is gonna win their fight by decision. But who knows? We could see a finish because Gloria Paula does have 3 knockouts in her pro MMA career, which is it's kind of insane. And even in her amateur career, has 1 knockout, no losses in her amateur career. Her only 2 losses as a pro, coming by decision to I'm not sure how to say the name, Ariane Carnelussi, and then Isabella de Padua. Her wins as a pro, let's see, 3 by knockout and 2 by decision. That's amazing. First round knockout with 1 second left, crazy. Third round knockout. That amazing decision over Paula Macias. We just have to look at that win over Paula Macias on Dana White's Contender Series. Let's check right here. So 69 significant strikes to 12 significant strikes, and she landed at a 57% efficiency rate. She got taken down twice, but 2 out of 11 of the takedowns were actually landed from Paula Macias, so she has pretty good takedown defense. She did attempt 2 submissions in the fight, and she actually reversed the position after Paula Macias got the takedowns on Gloria Paula. She reversed the position, and as you guys can see here, 8 minutes of total control time in that fight. Literally like 4 or maybe even 5 times the amount of strikes, landing at 57%, mainly to the head, a lot of body shots. She really does a good job of mixing it up, with 49% of her strikes landing to the head, 42 landing to the body. Not really much of a leg kicker, just mainly to the body and the leg, the body and the head, pretty 50-50 on those. She actually gets a lot of her strikes on the feet, but when she wants to, she can get the fight to the ground and land a lot of good fights on the landing a lot of good strikes on the ground and even in the clinch. So that was an absolutely dominant performance. 34-7 in the 3rd round, 26-4 in the 2nd round, and then 9-1. Her opponent literally only landed 12 significant strikes in the whole fight. That enough said. That's all I really need to say. And then Jinh Frey, let's just look at her last 2 fights. Pretty dominant losses against her. The first one against Kay Hansen, she got taken down twice. Kay Hansen did get the submission in the 3rd round. Midway through that 3rd round, was losing in the striking game as well. Let's check here. So it was a pretty close first round. She might have won the first round. The 2nd round definitely went to Kay Hansen, and then the 3rd round 100% went to Kay Hansen as she got the submission. And then after that, she fought Loma Lookboonmee, a really good striker, and pretty much got dominated. 36-9 in the first, 29-11 in the second, 15-6 in the third. Pretty dominant performance. Honestly, maybe even a 30-26 on the judges' scorecards. Let's see, 30-27, 30-27, and then 29-28. It was a pretty dominant performance from Loma Lookboonmee. But that's 0-2 inside the UFC. Now she's fighting Gloria Paula, who has so much power on the feet and has a pretty good takedown defense. So if Jinh Frey, I don't even know what Jinh Frey is going to want to do in the fight, because she's facing a really tough opponent in Gloria Paula. I'm not really sure what she's going to want to do. She usually relies on her submission skills, but I don't know if she'll be able to do that against a girl against a girl like Gloria Paula, who has some serious power in her hands and a really good takedown defense. And because of all that, the takedown defense, the power in her hands, I mean, she has really good training partners at her gym. She has the reach advantage, the height advantage, the age advantage, so many different advantages in this fight for Gloria Paula. I mean, it's hard for me to bet against Gloria Paula in this fight. I know you guys might be thinking, because I'm putting a lot of favorites on this fight card right here. I have Leon Edwards winning, I have Misha Kirganov winning, Dane Ige, Jonathan Martinez, Manel Kopp, Darren Stewart. I have pretty much all the favorites winning so far. I mean, come on, you can't blame me. They're favorites for a reason, and I definitely think that this favorite in Gloria Paula is gonna win her fight in a very dominant 30-27 unanimous decision.